Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Hey guys, my name's Kenan. I'm the Dungeon Master of Top of the Round. We are an original and fully produced sandbox-style D&D 5e actual play podcast that prioritizes roleplay and storytelling. Come with us to Ishnar, a dark world filled with secrets, history, and lore.
Wait, are people listening to us? Hi, people.
Where are the people?
I don't know.
I don't see them.
I don't see them either.
People.
Where are they?
Oh my god, we have to find them.
My crossbow is ready.
Are you sure we need to find these people? Or will they find us?
Show yourselves.
I'm not sure how I know this, but you can find us where you find podcasts? Whatever those are.
Mondays?
What day is it?
Don't know.
Steal your mind, for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters. All right, so y'all got a great night's sleep, dreamless sleep, and yeah. Aleister stayed in the library and slept in the little nook that constantly had a beam of sunlight.
I mean, even in the middle of the night, it was crazy.
Yeah. and the Victor and Julian, y'all went to the inn and slept. Very comfortable beds, very nice rooms.
I mean, what more can you want than like double rest in like this nice sunlit nook?
Yeah.
It's a good nook.
Aleister's the only one that got double rest though. But yeah. Y'all are good. What do y'all want to do now?
I'm gonna see if they have like a complimentary breakfast at the end.
Oh yeah, totally.
The continental
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
come downstairs, you smell like fresh sausage and fresh fruit is on the air. And it just smells absolutely terrible to you.
Oh, okay. So they don't have breakfast for me.
I will make my way downstairs with the promises of fresh fruit and sausages as well.
But now as you're like sniffing through the stench of good food, you pick up on something that smells really well, and there's just some food. It looks like regular food, but it's on a table of its own, separated from everything else that smells really good to you.
Okay.
Victor.
I'll go make a plate of that. Assuming that it's because it smells good, that it will be nourishing. And so I'll just I'll have my fill of that.
And it's similar looking stuff. Like you got some bacon and sausage and eggs, or at least it looks like it.
Yeah. And so I'll eat that stuff. I don't have bacon very often. It takes a certain type of humanoid to get a bacon-like meat there. So
Usually someone who works for law enforcement.
not that I know from experience or anything, but I think humans actually are very similar to pork.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, in terms of
In terms of like
even
chemistry.
eating.
Even anatomically speaking, like pigs and humans are actually somewhat similar to the point where they actually utilize pig carcasses in some ballistics testing.
Yeah.
They also utilize pigs in growing transplant organs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after he eats, Victor's going to get some pigs and use them for ballistic tests.
With your ninja stars?
With your ninja stars.
Wah.
Yeah.
You just hear a bunch of squealing out back. What's that?
So Aleister's going to wander out for some food. Sounds good. Maybe a nice sashimi breakfast or something of the like.
Yeah, you see somebody passing by. They were having an early morning. They were doing some early morning fishing, and they got a shit ton of fish on a line that they're carrying.
This place is just the best.
Go ahead.
Hello. I don't suppose you could spare one of those fish for me, please?
Oh yeah, I got plenty. He
So that this
takes his
person
fish off, and he's like,
Aleister?
Does he understand?
"Hold on, have people understood? Have you even talked to anybody here? No, people didn't understand you.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I imagine that if this guy's got a line of fish that he's walking around with, and a cat that appears to be sentient, a Dreamlands cat walks up and just goes, the guy would figure out that he'd want a fish.
Yeah.
Well,
like, obviously,
what do you
I
want there?
said this is a stick up.
Hey, hey, little kitty. You know what? I got plenty of fish here. If you want a fish, I'll give you one.
Well, yes, I would appreciate that very much.
You're gonna use body language.
Yeah, I'll hold a paw out, like and actually like turn so the pads are up.
Oh, okay, yeah. And he's like, all right. And he takes one off and hands it to you for you to like grab with your mouth.
And I'll just kind of nod at him and then wander off.
Okay.
Like taking the fish, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I just imagine him nodding and walking off.
Like I just wanted to make sure he knew that's what I meant. Thanks.
Yeah. No, I figured.
So after Barney goes and walks away, Andy Griffith comes up. Andy Taylor.
Andy Taylor.
Oh, that is an old reference that only several people will get.
Oh. A whale? I'm trying to think of how Andy talks. I haven't.
Oh, well,
Hi, Andy. I don't know. That's Barney.
That's Barney. Like Andy talks a little more like this.
Yeah.
It's a little more deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A little bit calmer.
But kind of a little,
It's a little southern and it's a little soft. It's very deliberate and he means what he says and says what he means and
He squints a lot.
he does squint a lot.
All right.
And he gets old and
y'all.
solves mysteries.
Now, Victor and Julian, y'all see each other in the inn.
Yeah. Well, Victor, who's there first? Who's eating first? Who got up first?
I guess Victor.
First. Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah, sure.
So Victor would wave at Julian and gesture towards another chair at his table.
Like imagine this like school kind of scene, like Victor's like wave, like hey Julian, over here. There's a seat.
I saved you a seat.
I'm looking around at other tables to see if there's another table. Just like, all right. Walk over with my lunch tray.
Then you pretend to trip and spill it on my lap.
Oh no!
But you catch it like Spider-Man style.
Yes. And I'm like, I have Spidey sense now.
All right. So y'all are together again,
All right.
except for Aleister. Aleister's off in an alley eating.
I'm noticing a
Eating
theme.
fish in an alley. Like,
How did you sleep, Victor?
I actually slept pretty well. It was nice to have a real bed again.
Yeah, we haven't slept in a real bed since Servetus.
The underwater city.
Yeah.
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 Last night.
Yeah. Well, that was like 2 nights ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 2 nights ago.
A bit.
Oh yeah, that's
At
right.
least.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 nights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a little odd how blissfully calm and unaware this place is?
Very. Yesterday, after we all left, I went to the apothecary to get myself some healing potions, and ended up cooking dinner for half the town.
Oh,
at
you
a
know,
kit-
you knew I could just make those, right? You could have just asked.
Oh, I know, but you were busy,
I
and
was, I was busy making healing potions.
you got any more?
Yeah, I made like 3. I mean, you can't have all of them. I need to, hold on to them for, distributing, as a doctor.
Yeah. No, I've got 3 myself right now. Like I said, all I had to do was cook, and that's easy. I love that.
Yeah, that's
The strangest part was the meat that they had for the crypt folk. It's hard to describe. It was blank. It was like it didn't actually belong to anyone. There was no memories or anything, and then when I cooked it, it didn't taste any worse. A lot of times when I cook stuff, it doesn't taste as good as it would have, and other crypt folk won't even touch it. But the crypt folk here all enjoyed it and said it was even better than having it raw. That's never happened before.
well, that's kind of the same feeling I'm kind of getting. Everyone has been very accommodating, almost too accommodating. One thing that I did is asked if I could get some materials together and see if I could start working on maybe creating one of those mech suits that Dalton and Versbar were working on, and the other Julian. And they were very receptive to it, surprisingly so. I mean, they gathered the materials and then are working on it as we speak. I wanted to check in this morning and see if, they had made any more progress since I left last night.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't.
You don't have to lie, Victor.
I'm not lying. It's just everything here is unusual, and I don't know how to feel about it. I always appreciate hospitality and being treated nicely, but it's as if it's too good to be true. And I didn't get any feeling from what's her name?
Ileana
Walsh. Lady
From-
Ileana Walsh.
From Eliana, that she was being deceitful or trying to take advantage of us. But I still just, it feels wrong.
I would agree with that. She has been very accommodating. I honestly was very surprised how forthcoming she was when I mentioned the silver key and that she would help aid us in getting it. It was a bit of a gambit on my part. We'll see if it paid off, but yeah, this place is very strange. I like to know what's going on around me and can adapt to the situation if need be. This place is very confusing. It feels like we're being watched and studied to gauge our reactions about what's happening around us, and all of the accommodations that we're receiving is maybe trying to coax us into agreeing or joining something that we necessarily don't know what is. Or I'm just overly paranoid. It's very hard to tell these days.
No, yesterday when I asked if there was a catch, she changed the subject.
Yeah. Have you seen Aleister yet?
The last time I saw him was when I dropped him off at the mysterious library that appeared out of nowhere, like everything else does.
Yeah. Well, we should wrap up here and check in on him. I want to at least make sure that, everyone is accounted for, so to speak, and not gone missing. We're definitely in foreign territory, as it were.
Yeah, we should get going pretty soon.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all finish eating, y'all finish talking, and you head out and you head over to the library. It's still where it was, where you left it, Victor.
First time that's happened.
Amazing.
I mean, you keep losing libraries. Like, it's so weird.
And Aleister, you finish your fish and you're making your way. You just went beside the building, of the library, and you make your way out, and you see them walking towards the library as you're coming out, and you're just like I guess you stop at the edge and start
well, obviously,
cleaning yourself.
Obviously, I mean, you have to clean up after eating.
Yeah.
You don't want to have like fish bits all over my face.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so Victor will see him and just wave. Just hi, Aleister wave. Not a, oh my gosh, it's Aleister. But
like,
just a,
that's
a good
first.
morning. Hello.
Aleister.
Well, I mean, he wasn't.
Aleister.
He was separated from us in a nightmare city. That's different than we had dinner and went to bed and woke up.
Aleister will raise up his right paw as if he were waving back at you. And then he just actually starts licking that arm, and you realize he was actually just cleaning himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No one appreciates Victor in his own time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like one of those situations where like somebody's like, oh, it looks like they're looking at you and they're like, they're excited and they start waving, and then you're like, oh
You
hey,
kind of like awkwardly
and then
wave
somebody
back.
walks past you and they're like, oh, what's up, how you doing? And you're just like, oh, okay.
Never mind.
No, Victor's gonna own it. Victor's used to it.
Okay. All right, so you're all three together again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I must say, this place is utterly fascinating, and this has been a very worthwhile stop.
Aren't you just a little bit suspicious?
Yeah, doesn't this place seem a little too perfect?
Well, no. I mean, if it were too perfect, I would have gotten a lot more information than I did.
Fair enough. I have a question. Did you get breakfast this morning?
Yes, I saw someone walking by with some fish he had just caught, and it was very good, very fresh.
Good.
Yeah, the inn had Crypt folk prepared food. It was cooked.
As in they were expecting us.
As in, I've never seen that happen except for when I do it.
Well, it
now you
seems-
didn't get any memories from it too. I will point that
Yeah.
out. It was just like it was nourishment, but you didn't get any memories. It was like mystery
Yeah.
corpse meat.
It's
Yeah.
meat from amnesia patients.
Alzheimer's patient.
No, they're just growing clones in like a tube and they never wake up.
Well, so I do think that this place is really about as good as it could be expected. I don't know why you're so suspicious of it. I mean, it seems that this place, probably due to Lady Eliana, has an ability to produce the things that you want.
Like the way she said she would give us exactly what we want if we kill the person we want to kill.
I have very little doubt that she would be capable of doing so.
And that doesn't unsettle you the slightest?
Well, no. I suppose in the scheme of things, this is probably the most benevolent external force that I've been able to even read about, really.
Did you try to read about it in the library?
No, not really. I mean, I don't much look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak.
But she's a lady. She's not a horse.
Yes, and that is, well, I guess a bit of a colloquialism. You wouldn't understand. You're not really from Darkwell.
You're right. I am not from Darkwell. Okay. Regardless of weird looking horses, I think we should gather our things and figure out what we're doing next in terms of getting back into Darkwell. Oh yeah, that's a very good point. We need to speak with Lady Walsh and figure out exactly how to leave this place.
Well, yes, I am certain that that will come in due time, and I suppose the time is probably likely due.
I have a side project I'm working on right now, but it's not like the most urgent thing I need to get done.
Well, chances are we will be back here after confronting the Pallid Mask, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe. Or not, you know. I thought we were going to stay in Zevatus for a little longer, and that turned out not to be the case.
Well, something tells me that one way or another, Lady Eliana probably would like to speak with us again afterwards, but as you pointed out, things don't always work out the way that we or others desire.
I was about to say, has it ever worked out for us the way we imagined it yet?
Well, there have been a few things that worked out the way I imagined.
Like?
You know what? Let's not talk about that.
I'm very curious to see what your answer was.
As per usual, Victor has been carefully listening to their conversation because when those two start talking, it gets very interesting. So.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, I thought of an
right.
example I could tell you about.
What's that?
At least to some extent, the house was the beast, which was at least somewhat what I expected.
You do remember that encounter, right?
Well, yes.
Okay. How you were locked in a basement, and then the house basically came alive and started attacking most people.
I didn't say things were always pleasant, but they do have
Okay.
a tendency to work out the way I expect.
Okay. That was an expectation. All right. That Cool. All right. Anyway, let's.
I think we should get going.
Yeah, I think we should get going to Lady Walsh's. I don't want to continue thinking about how most of the decisions I've made up until this point are novice like. Yeah. Yeah. Let's head over to the Lady Walsh's abode.
All right. So you head on over.
You know, I just have to interject something really quick that just kind of flashed across my mind. But
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny, like the way that Aleister just like looks down on y'all because he is by far the youngest of the three.
Yes. One day you'll get your comeuppance, you damn whippersnapper.
Yeah, well, Victor's been around for a while, so he's dealt with young, arrogant people before.
He's got that the million mile stare.
Yep.
He's been around.
What did
even
I name
longer than his
the-
life.
What did I name
The servant?
Like uwu or something.
Usu? Was it Uwu? Was it Usu or Uso?
Usu.
I think it's Usu, and Julian was calling her
Usu,
Uso.
something like that.
Uso,
Uso.
yeah. Like the
Yeah.
Uso brothers.
Yeah, Julian
So like
was saying
OUSO.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think you said Usu, and I think
Oh,
Julian kept saying Uso because that's Julian's
Yeah.
MO, as
Yeah,
he gets people's names wrong.
Yeah.
Nearly all the time.
You don't have to respect someone and remember their name even though you suck their blood.
No, you don't. Yeah, I don't get that special stuff to like learn shit about people when I consume them. You get that luxury, man.
I mean, he doesn't
Yeah.
even learn about people when he talks to them.
It's true.
Yeah.
At least I'm heard.
All right, so y'all arrive, knock on the door. Usu comes out and greets you and says, "Oh, come on in."
Thank you.
I'm going to not look her in the eyes and continue walking forward.
Okay.
Awkward.
Would you like any refreshments?
Oh, yes, I would like some milk, please.
Of course.
I'll just have some water again.
Okay.
No, thanks. I'm not thirsty right now.
Very well. I'll be right out, and Lady Eliana will be out shortly. And you wait a little bit, and Eliana enters the room again. Very, very beautiful, and wearing a different silk tunic, and she has her fan that she waves in front of her face.
Is it a fuzzy
Like-
fan?
No, it's like a fan, like a
No,
Like
but
a
like you know,
folding
you
fan.
have the hand fans,
Like
but
a,
it's
like
got
a little
fuzzy,
Japanese
yeah.
folding fan, the ones that like sort of out like a switchblade.
yeah.
Yeah, but you see
A
like
switchblade fan.
She clicks a little button, the fan just
That's amazing.
But yeah, and like you noticed the day before and today, like she just occasionally fans it in front of her face. Welcome back, you three.
Well, yes, this has been a very nice time. I must say, you have a very nice place here.
No, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope all of you enjoyed your time here.
It's been very hospitable. Yes, thank you very much.
Just quick clarification. Can she understand me,
welcome.
or is that a slip?
I don't think.
Oh yeah, fuck!
Yeah.
I forgot. Or did she? No, did she
No,
understand you?
she did-
No,
she
she
didn't.
She
didn't-
never like addressed she never addressed Aleister.
Yeah,
But I couldn't tell if that was because that she was just lying and she knew that she could understand Aleister.
Well,
but she just wasn't acknowledging
yeah,
it.
that's all the thing. She never directly responded to Aleister.
Correct.
Okay. Well, she did respond this time.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
There we go.
Huh. Well, that's very useful. At least I know that you can understand me. Although I suppose I should have expected such. One such as yourself would be very quick to pick up on my speech, I'm sure.
And then she just stares at you.
No. And Aleister, you hear in your mind, well, I really don't have to speak cat to know what you're saying. She's not moving her mouth or anything, but you hear that.
Okay, so we'll never know.
Okay. Well, I will think back. Like, that's a neat trick.
Yeah, Lady Galadriel.
You three plan on staying around longer, or you trying to get straight to work?
I still had a question or two.
What is it?
Well, yesterday, I asked if there was anything else that you'd require of us or want for what you're offering, and I don't remember you ever answering my question. I was just wondering.
I wanted you to take out the pallid mask, remove him before he connects with Aleister.
Yes, and we want that as well. Please forgive me for saying so, because I don't mean to be insulting. Everything that's happened since we arrived has felt too good to be true. And in our experience, that hasn't always ended well. I still am not comfortable with the situation as it is. You've been very, very generous and welcoming, but with the kind of power you have, it seems off that we would be able to do something you couldn't, and that you could reward us with exactly what we wanted for doing it.
It's not that I can't do it. It's that I don't want to expose myself.
May I ask why?
I have a lot of enemies. Enemies as powerful and possibly more powerful than me.
And what makes you more benevolent than they are?
Never said I was.
Dear Diary, entry number 2. A lot has happened since I wrote in you last, so I'll try to catch you up. We met a new friend, Skylar, who was super nice and helpful when we went to an underwater city where Julian was famous. There, we discovered a bunch of evil fish people trying to take over their technology. Also, I bit their leader, Father Dagon, and got stuck in a horrible nightmare. But Skylar and Julian saved me, and we all went to the Dreamlands to get away. Well, Skylar didn't come, but they probably had to go help someone else. I hope I see Skylar again, so I can tell them how grateful I am for saving my life. Anyway, in the Dreamlands, Julian put me to sleep, and I woke up out of the nightmare as human Victor. I was so excited when I found out. But then Aleister's imaginary friend made a monster appear, and it chased us, and Julian shot the car with the lightning gun and woke me up. So I was back in the nightmare. Anyway, we escaped back into the real world, and we stayed the night in the forest, and Julian made me better. Then, after we woke up, we were lost because the forest was bigger, and we found a strange town where the pretty lady in charge had somehow made everything we wanted to happen come true. I even ended up cooking on stage, and other crypt folk ate my cooking. It was really weird, and the meat didn't even have any memories. And this lady says that she can help us get the silver key and defeat the pallid mask. Honestly, with all the stuff we've gone through in this strange world, I'm not really sure we can trust her. But I also know we might not have a chance otherwise. Who knows? She might even somehow be worse than he is. But I guess at least the food is good. I need to finish up, as I smell something good downstairs. Maybe they have more of that strange meat. I don't know. I'll try to keep you updated more soon, and this is just the first time I've had to write since last time. I'll talk to you soon. Love, Victor.
Hey guys,
Victor had a lot to write about. He hasn't had a chance to sit still in a long time, so it was nice that he got that chance to rest and have something good to eat. Little suspicious lady. He's not feeling that she's on the level, especially with what she just said. But if you want to find out what happens, you got to tune into the next episode. Check us out at microphonesandmonsters.com. Links to everything we're about there. The podcast, our Patreon, our store, anywhere you can give us a review, social media, all of that's there. All music was written and produced by Marco Mazzei at Fallen Highway Studios. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.